Well, we keep hearing that the government are looking at it, considering it, and the latest is, of course, that a couple of months before Christmas, the report went to the Prime Minister, and we understand it's on his desk. I think what everybody now wants is a decision. We need to end the period of uncertainty. We need to know what is going to happen with respect to corporation tax, whether the power is to be devolved or not. And look, if it's not going to be devolved, then the government needs to say that, and then we need to start looking at some of the alternatives in order to try and help stimulate the Northern Ireland economy.
You've made quite a lot of comment about infrastructure being an effective way of investing as opposed to simply spending. Could you explain how you see that spreading out from Westminster into affect the devolved countries as well?
I think the really important point to make with respect to this is the macroeconomic strategy. The whole tax and spending framework for the whole of the UK is set not in Belfast but in London at the Treasury. And of course the big debate at the current time is about how you inject jobs and growth into the economy. We've said that the government needs to do more to stimulate investment in order to stimulate the economy and bring about that jobs and growth. So we've suggested temporary VAT reduction, we've suggested national insurance holidays, and we've suggested a number of other measures that could be taken. But of course, one of the ways you can do that is infrastructure spending. That should be viewed as investment for the future. One of the suggestions we made, for example, was using the 4G mobile phone spectrum money, which was recently sold, raising not as much money as the government hoped, but still raising a significant sum of money. And we said in England that could be used to build houses. Now, of course, the money that will be spread out through the UK according to the Barnett formula. It would be a matter for the executive, but you can imagine an injection of housing or road building, what that would do to support the Northern Ireland economy, but also to stimulate jobs and growth. And that would, of course, benefit big companies, but it would also benefit the very many small businesses and medium-sized businesses that are here in Northern Ireland as they support that infrastructure work.
You've gone on record as highlighting the fact that a lot of decisions that are taken in Westminster, despite devolution, still have an impact on Northern Ireland. How do you intend to ensure that message gets through to your colleagues and also is understood here at the Executive?
Well, I think first of all we need to continually remind people that notwithstanding that devolution settlement, that actually big decisions are still taken at Westminster. That's true of the economy, but we also can see at the present time, of course, the debate about the future of the welfare state. Big decisions taken in London which impact here on Northern Ireland. And the point I continually make, it does often seem that when that legislation is going through Parliament, notwithstanding the work of Northern Ireland MPs, that sometimes the impact on Northern Ireland isn't as fully considered as it is for Scotland and Wales. Alongside any piece of legislation, there are impact assessments, and sometimes the impact assessment for Northern Ireland either isn't there or is a very limited piece of work. So I think we need to recognise that more fully than we do. And in particular, I think we need to say, look, Northern Ireland is not a special case. I think that's insulting to Northern Ireland. But there are special circumstances with respect to Northern Ireland that people will fully understand and know. And I think sometimes we need to more fully reflect upon that and the impact that policies have on that when it comes to Northern Ireland and when we take those decisions in London. And that's part of what I see my role as, is continually reminding people of that very important fact.